go to. Casey Pratt doing a great job. We had him on the roast twice last week. ABC 7, KGO. He's doing a great job. How bad did Dave Kaval look? And you know what? I'm happy that he's getting exposed for the fraud that he is. We had him on this show. And, I had a guy. We're actually going to go to Big Dog's bachelor party in Tahoe in a few weeks.
Oh, I love Tahoe.
North
or South Shore?
South. God. I do. I love South Lake Tahoe.
You going to bring your new sticks?
I may. Well, haven't gotten them yet. I'm waiting for Christian at the golf spot to let me know when they're ready. They got a whole new package.
I'm gonna
all
be real.
clubs.
I told my dad, we're so jealous of you. You got all new Strixon irons, all new Strixon woods, hybrids, and a driver.
Golf balls.
Do you know how jealous the Strixon Q Star or the Z Star? Either one, great ball.
Golf balls and gloves.
This is Brooks Koepka. I wanted those Z76s or whatever they are, 65. I wanted those irons.
Right. Before we get to this or that, that's coming up in 4 minutes.
I'm so jealous of you.
888-957-9570. We got a couple questions.
The golf spot.
We're just gonna. You know what? Let's just do 2 questions for this or that.
That's what I'm saying.
2 questions. 2 questions. If the Warriors had to move off of one and Steph had to make the choice, who do you think he would choose? Klay Thompson or Draymond Green? That's question number 1. Question number 2. What would mean more? A 5th ring for Stephen Curry and no more rings for LeBron, or a ring for the 49ers? What would mean more? A 5th ring for Stephen Curry and no ring for LeBron, or a ring for the 49ers? 2 questions, this or that. 888-957-9570. That's coming up in 3 minutes. It's coming up in 3 minutes. But first, I'm going to play this Dave Kaval sound as they had an emergency meeting with the Nevada legislator group trying to figure out, and they owned the A's yesterday.
Ridiculous.
Listen to this sound.
Thank you so much for that. But that didn't answer my question. So again, it's a yes or no. Will you willingly commit to pay the live entertainment tax in the near future to fix the equity issue that exists?
Like I said, we are committed to being a great community partner in Southern Nevada and investing, over $1 billion to ensure
that still does not answer the question, sir. I'm asking you directly, yes or no. Will you commit to paying the equity issue that we see existence for the live entertainment tax?
The legislation as it's currently envisioned, does not contemplate that. The project is based on, what is currently proposed. And so we've been focusing on that as really the path forward for the team and for the community.
Thank you. I mean, I find that disingenuous. I asked you directly, you're going to be capturing this as part of your legislation, yet you can't even commit to doing it yourself. And so I think that's something that the taxpayers must know of this state, but I divert my questions for the next round.
So he got on there, and he did that on our show. I asked him, I asked him straight up, will John Fisher, the owner of the Oakland A's, ever come out and speak to the fans? Because I think the fans want to hear from him, not you. Well, I got to tell you about this great marketing plan we have in the stadium. It's like you're not even answering the question. And he's doing it there. Nevada's going to say, screw you guys. And I bet you Mark Davis is happy as hell right now saying, I told you these guys were frauds. Now, hopefully, Fisher gets to sell and somebody buys the A's and we can fix the A's and hopefully keep them in Oakland. But, Shaska, I was going to get to this. One of my really good friends, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to out him. But he basically... This is during the Final Four when Oregon played North Carolina. Gonzaga was in that Final Four in Glendale, Arizona, maybe 6 years ago. Dylan Brooks and company were Oregon. And we're getting pizza. We're watching the Final Four together. And he goes, you know about Dave Kaval? He goes, boy, that guy's a snake. And this is before I think he jumped on board with the Oakland A's. Mm-hmm. This is after he got the deal done with the earthquakes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he's in real estate or whatever it is. But they're like, the guy's a clown. And I keep thinking about that every time I hear him speak. And I'm like, guys were on this 7 years ago, 6 years ago.
This, not to get political, but just take away sports team, okay, and insert it with restaurant.
Right.
Okay? If that was a restaurateur saying, I need all of this public money and not having any answers or anything, wouldn't we all be like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, kick rocks, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
They're trying to punk Las Vegas into a stadium.
Well, and here's the other thing. I live in San Francisco, and it's easy for me to say because my team has a stadium. It's easy for me to say, hell no, I'm not paying for all of these private companies to have stadiums funded by the public. Now, are there certain infrastructure things that the city has to put in place to help a business thrive? That I acknowledge. Trust me, I acknowledge. But the way we bend over backwards for these billionaire sports entities who are going to keep their profits and then try to fight you at every single turn on giving money back to the state, back to the city, back to our government, it's ridiculous. Now, are there a million things I pay for that I don't utilize? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. How absurd does this moron look begging for a welfare check again, over and over, and it drives me nuts.
Dave Kaval ruining his reputation for John Fisher.
What's his reputation?
Is wild to me. When is John Fisher going to speak?
It
is time for John Fisher to come out and face the music. Talk to your fan base. Talk to your fan base. Go talk to Nevada. I need to see ya. You keep hiding behind the background, behind your $1 billion, trying to punk Nevada into a stadium, and now they're not biting. They're saying, "Oh, really?"
Well, actually, I think Nevada's so dumb they might approve it. That's how they feel so foolish in this. And here's the thing I would say to Oakland, because I know a lot of people are putting a lot of pressure on the mayor, dude. The city and county has bent over enough for the A's. The A's got to meet them halfway. I mean, come on, man. You see our communities. Yep. You go down 6th and Market, it's a nightmare. I know.
I drove down 7th too.
It's a nightmare, and I'm just saying. Now I know Oakland has their own problems. They got a lot. Dude, replace baseball owner with restaurant owner, and we're all looking at this so different.
Was Fisher even there yesterday? Was John Fisher in Vegas?
I think he's been lurking in the background. No, seriously, you see him being
you
just
slither.
Why won't he come out and speak?
My bad, Spadone.
Why won't he come out and speak? He has to hide. Jet York would get on the podium and talk.
I can't even tell you what his voice sounds like. I don't even know.
Joe Lacob comes out and speaks. We've seen Jet York come out and speak. We should. I don't get this. Mark Davis came out, faced the music, and spoke. Whether it was at P.F. Chang's, wherever the hell he was at.
Well, this is where I think the difference between Joe Lacob, a guy who gets deals done, and someone like John Fisher. Lacob got rejected at the Pier front site. What was it, Pier 30, 32? Maybe I'm forgetting it.
32, 34.
They had a Mont Rashad, and everyone was like, we're going to build on the pier. My uncle runs the port for the Plumbers Union, my Uncle Matt. And I'm thinking, there's no way in hell they're going to be able to build on that port. You know how they can't even unclog the drains on the port. You better get a site that's a little more developed. And you know what? To his credit, it got rejected, and they did this big pump. And then within a couple of years, they broke ground. You know why? They bought a site that was a little more amicable for all parties. Yep. Absolutely. And they made it happen. Now, did the city also acquiesce and put in certain infrastructure around the stadium to kind of ease everything? Absolutely they did. But Joe met them halfway. At the minimum.
I just can't believe John.
Because John Fisher wants everything.
I just can't believe John
Fisher wants to rob you blind.
Yeah, no, I can't believe he won't speak. All right, let's